Hey, welcome back, bookworms and constant readers. Today we are going to talk about Stephen King's Blaze. Just a quick update. Sorry for my absence. I have been really busy with school. As soon as the semester was over, the summer session started. I had school every single day for 2 weeks straight, and then we went on a week-long storm chasing trip. So it's been about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a little longer, since I finished Blaze. I'm also doing a video today on another book I finished, Lindsay Ellis's Axiom's End. I will be releasing Blaze later on today. Today is June 1st. And then probably next week I will release Axiom's End. But they're both being recorded back to back today because I actually have time to do stuff. I don't have to get back to working on my thesis until July. A little update. We did pick up some more subscribers. I think last I checked, we were up to like 17 now. And for whatever reason, I still haven't figured this out. I don't see their names. It doesn't show me who they were. So I can't give you a shout out for subscribing to the channel. But thank you. I really would like to see this channel grow and get bigger. I know it's really hard right now with inconsistency in posting the videos, but I thank you all for watching. The whole point of this channel is get more people interested in books, read more, learn about other books that I haven't read that I might like, and just share my love of books with all of you. So, let's get into it. Stephen King's Blaze. This was actually written by Richard Bachman. At the time of writing this, I believe it was the last Bachman book, which I think ended up not being true. I think there is another Bachman book. I could be wrong about that. But I brought, so this is the paperback that you can get at any bookstore. And as you know, we always start with the cover of the book, and this is just a plain, pretty boring cover. If you read the book, the cover does have somewhat to do with the story, but yeah, it's a pretty boring cover. The first edition hardback, which mine is kind of messed up because they put a sticker on here and it didn't come off. But this is the hardback, the first edition cover, and it's a little more relatable to the story. I think it's a better looking cover. So what is this? What's this story about? So this isn't your typical Stephen King story. This is more along the lines of like The Green Mile, The Shawshank Redemption, The Body, or like people know it, Stand By Me. It's more along the lines of that, and it's really surprising that this had Richard Bachman's name attached to it, because usually the Bachman stories are a little more like brutal. They're a little more scary, a little bit more graphic than a Stephen King book. And this one, it was pretty tame. There's some scenes in the book that are almost in line with Bachman, but this is more of along the lines of a Stephen King's Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption, The Body, The Green Mile. But this is totally an amazing Stephen King book. I never read this book. I am into the Stephen King books that I've never gotten to. So this was a first time read for me, and it was really good. This was such a page turner, and Stephen King has that writing style that if he wants you to hate a character, you will hate that character. If he wants you to love a character, you will love that character. Like right now, I'm reading Duma Key, and there's a character in that book that I absolutely hate. And I think that's what he wants you to do, is hate this person, and I do. In this book, he wants you to like Blaze, and even though Blaze is doing something wrong and Blaze is not really a bad guy, you really like Blaze. So the whole story revolves around the main character who goes by the name Blaze. His real name is Clayton Blaisdell. And Clayton Blaisdell came from a really good home, and then his mother was killed in an accident, and his dad turns into this abusive alcoholic, and really, like, Blaze becomes just an annoyance, and he neglects Blaze, doesn't spend a lot of time with him, and there's an incident that happens that changes Blaze for like ever. He was this like really bright straight A student, and then after this accident that sends his father to jail, and sends him to like the state reformatory, his whole life changes, and he's really like slow and not too bright anymore. This incident that happens, and I don't want to tell you about it because it kind of ruins the story. You have to read it and experience it, but it really damages him mentally. He's fine physically. He's this huge, like, John Coffey, like, character. He's, really big, really strong, but he has severe brain damage after this incident, and he's not like he used to be. And he falls into the wrong crowd. He meets this guy named George, and they go into a life of crime together. George ends up dying, and Clayton is like haunted by George's ghost. And this is where the story like really takes off. This is also like Stephen King's like kind of nod and like homage to Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. It's really reminiscent of that book. There's a lot of parallels with Blaze and Of Mice and Men, and I've seen other reviewers talk about that, and it's totally 100% true. So the ghost of George haunts Blaze, and before George died, he had this brilliant idea, this like one last job that they would do, and they would make a lot of money, they would be set for life, they would escape to some beach somewhere, and everything would be grand. And his idea was to kidnap the baby of this rich family, get the ransom, and then live happily ever after. And Blaze gets the bright idea to go it alone. And he makes so many, like, dumb mistakes. And you know it's going to end badly. You don't want it to end badly, but you know it's going to end badly. You're just wondering, how badly is this going to end? And most of the book is told in like 3 different perspectives, which is really cool. So you have what is currently going on, him kidnapping this kid and like living with this kid and trying to set up the ransom and everything. But then you have these flashback scenes of things that happened in his past, and they're kind of told through like a dreamscape. And then the third part is him and George's time together that also happened in the past, and they're kind of told through like conversations with George's ghost or like Blaze's memories, because like George will bring something up and Blaze will think back to some instance in the past. And this is where you really learn about Blaze and what happened, and you really feel for the guy. You feel sorry for the life that he was dealt. It wasn't a life he asked for. And it was, just a few small instances that changed his life forever, and it really wasn't by choice or any doing of his own. This is one of those rare instances where his life turned out the way it did because of other people. And it's really hard for me to say that, because I'm the type of person that believes that you're responsible for your own actions in your own life. But this is something that was totally like out of his hands, and it changed him forever and kind of shaped what his life would become. And so you really, really like Blaze, and Blaze is a likable character. George, not so much. But the more you learn about Blaze's past, the more you understand what's going on in his head, and the more you like him. And you know that this isn't going to go right. It's going to end badly. You just don't know how it's going to end badly. It is a total page turner. It is easily in my top 10 of Stephen King books. Amazing book. I loved it from beginning to end. There's no like slow parts. I think this is one story where Stephen King like hits the gas, and he doesn't let up until the end. And the ending is just, it's amazing. I highly recommend it. Stephen King, writing is Richard Bachman Blaze. Check it out. Won't be disappointed. I know I say this with every Stephen King book, it seems like, but he's my favorite author. 5 out of 5. Stephen King's Blaze. That's all I got for you in this video. I'm going to wrap this up and record Axiom's End video. Until next time, read more books.